Oh, hello there! It's your boy, Daily Tactics here, and today we are going to be testing the power of the Clone AAT Walker vehicle. We have one Clone Trooper Walker here with a tankman in the top and then four more in the body of the tank, and it is facing off against just one AAT right now. However, as we progress, we are going to increase the number of AATs to see how many AATs it takes to kill one clone trooper ATTE Walker. And then I think we're going to get a little weird with it. We're going to, incorporate some different Confederate vehicles. Maybe we'll incorporate some more clone tanks. We're just going to have a fun, relaxed episode where we goof around with the Galaxy at War mod vehicles. Either way, let's get this first one out of the way and see how the Clone ATTE fares against a single AAT Walker. So, no, not AAT Walker, AAT Tank? Speeder? I guess it could be classified as a speeder, couldn't it? It's technically speeding along there. Speeder takes a pot shot right there. You can tell by the graphics that this is the ASV mod, not the Galaxy at War mod, though they have been merged recently, so they're technically like the same thing now, though still partially different. Either way, it takes a few shots, and then once it comes into range of that ATTE cannon, it is almost instantly scrapped. I did notice for some reason a tank crewman got out and is hiding in the wreckage right there of another one. I wonder why he hopped out. Is there not enough room, or is that a carry? Oh, that's a carry trooper. Okay, so I crewed too many soldiers in. Okay, well, 1v1, easy clap for the ATTE Walker. Let's get some more. Alright, fellas, we're ramping it up almost instantly. We now have 3 AAT tanks. Let's see what goes down here. Okay, so instantly the AATs start to fire. For some reason, the ATTE doesn't do that. AAT actually utilizing its grenade launcher almost instantly. It does get a hit on the clone ATTE tank. The ATTE doesn't really react, but now it is, and it is firing. It takes out the first AAT tank right there, but the other two are still coming forward, actually peppering a few shots into the legs of the ATTE, probably a weaker point on the tank, so a good strategy right there. It is splitting its time between the two. It manages to take one out. Did the other actually just go down there? It did, actually. It didn't explode, but it is dead. So, clone tank, 1v3, easy clap. Alright, fellas, 1v5. However, these 3 tanks will come forward immediately, and the next 2 are like a little wave behind, sort of. It's like a staggered attack, you know what I'm saying? Either way, it starts off pretty similar to the last few, except this time around the clones are going to have to deal with a whole lot more coming at them. And bada bing, first one taken out, easy peasy, not really much of a problem for the clones, although it is starting to take more and more shots from the enemy AATs. It is having to deal with 5 of them now. It takes out another one. That's 2 out of 5 gone. That's 3 out of 5 gone right now, and there is only 2 more left, but they are peppering this thing with a lot of fire. Did it take it out? No. There's still these 2 left. And they seem to just sort of be stopping. They're not coming forward. They're actually just peppering from a distance. The clone tank finally reacts to that one on the right and manages to scrap it. The one on the left here, though, still getting free reign over the ATTE tank. For some reason, the ATTE is, like, slow to react. I wonder if that has to do with the crew being in such a large vehicle and trying to operate it all together. Either way, 5 tanks versus 1 ATTE tank. It's no contest, honestly. The 5 tanks go down extraordinarily easily. Oh, except this time we actually have losses for the ATTE. The ATTE did lose its top crewman and another crewman, so it only has 2 crew left. Interesting. Okay, well, let's ramp it up even farther. Okay, 10 AAT tanks versus 1 ATTE tank. I think this is where the ATTE fails. That's just my guess. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Either way, we have our usual start here with the lead tank firing off. The second tank joining quickly after that. The clone tank now under a lot of fire from the AATs. The Separatist giving it all it's got. Finally, the ATTE begins to fire itself, but it is taking huge amounts of damage right now. I expect some crew members to definitely go down during this battle, if not the entire thing to go down. I mean, 10 tanks is just real hard to deal with, and there it goes. The ATTE does get scrapped. It is now completely burnt and on fire. Hate to see it, hate to see it. Joins the graveyard of other ATTEs surrounding it. Let's see how it ended up doing, though. So, how many tanks are still alive for the Separatists? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it actually only killed 2 that time, and that sort of shows how if you exponentially increase the number of tanks, the ATTE is slowly gonna, you know, not even be able to kill 5 tanks because there will just be so much fire pouring in on it. Okay, so now we know, 10 tanks to kill an ATTE tank. The science is conclusive, boys. Don't argue with it. Don't argue with it. Alright, let's goof around now and we'll do some fun stuff. Alright, fellas, dusk has settled, and we have 5 ATTE tanks now versus 30 AAT tanks. Let's get it poppin'. Alright, the AAT is firing little by little, the front lines sort of going off here at the ATTEs. ATTEs holding steady though, not wanting to fire quite yet, as it seems, and there we go. Now they're starting to shoot a little bit more, but still not a ton. Actually, some of the top tank crews are dying a little bit from the ATTEs. Wow, this looks gorgeous at nighttime. Holy cow. Come on, you gotta agree to that. Looks just beautiful. beautiful. Yeah, a lot of the top gunners actually going down for the ATTEs, but then when we look off in the distance, the droids are taking some heavy casualties right now. A whole bunch of their tanks are on fire or just completely scrapped at this point, and those that are coming forward still have to deal with a whole lot of ATTE tanks. 4 ATTE tanks still survive. 1 did manage to get taken down by the droids, though. I mean, so that shows that this is not a completely losing cause for the droids, though there are no more top turrets left alive for the clones, which is one of the strongest positions for one of these clone tanks. Actually, why aren't they firing at all now? Oh, they're all empty. Oh, the droids actually just decrewed all of the clone tanks. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, the clone tanks put up a good fight. There's a lot of dead droid tanks around the battlefield, but the droids actually, just from the sheer barrage that they sent at the clone tanks, they didn't manage to destroy them, but they managed to kill the crew from within. So, that's why you need infantry on the lines with you that can hop back into the tanks and help out once they're dead. Now they're just sort of ramming the ATTE tanks. Captured goods, man. The spoils of war. Beautiful. Some might call me a mad lad. Some a maniac. Some a revolutionary. I call myself an artist. A humongous tank battle is before us, lads. For the CIS, we have homing droids, snail tanks, and AAT tanks coming out the wazoo. Meanwhile, for the clone trooper army, we have ATTE tanks, UTAT tanks, ATRTs, and TX-130Ts. The droids outnumber the clones in terms of sheer quantity, but the clones outnumber the droids in terms of quality. So this is sort of a last hurrah, kind of fun ending to this video. So let's get it poppin', boys. We're gonna go in slow-mo for this, just because it seems more fun. Either way, immediate fire from both sides. This time the ATTE is actually firing right away, as opposed to before where they were taking their sweet little time there. Those homing droids firing their lasers at the TX-130Ts, hitting them pretty hard, the TX-130Ts, meanwhile responding with their own laser fire. There's a bit of a traffic jam, honestly, some of the clone tanks bumping into each other. I'm sure the same is happening over here with the droid tanks, and it looks like it is. It's just a very crowded battlefield. You're gonna bump into some people, you're gonna do some friendly fire. It is bound to happen when you got this sheer quantity of troopers attacking and defending at the same time. Huge explosions rocking these ATTEs right now, though they are still standing pretty nicely. I do have to say they are not going down without a good fight here, which you love to see. You don't want these battles to last 2 seconds. You want them to keep going. That's why we're in slow mode for the most part. Oh, actually, here we go. ATTEs marching forward now, getting a little gutsy. Getting a little a little more confident in their action plan. The TX-130Ts are just yeeting on forward and getting hit hard as a result. I mean, they're just presenting themselves to the enemy essentially right for the picking, but it is allowing the tanks in the back to get under less fire, I suppose, since the forward tanks are under so much fire. Oh, big explosion over here. Yep, an ATTE has fallen. Look at that crusty dude. It really does look gross and crusty. I don't like that at all. It's so gross. I like the Galaxy at War mod animation for dead tanks better than the ASV one, I think, if I'm being completely honest. Do AATs get crusty? No, they just sort of explode. I like this better, like when they're just sort of on fire and exploded. The crustiness is kind of grody. I think all of the snail tanks for the droids are dead. All, if not, you know, one or two maybe. Yeah, there's one here that's just belly up. I think maybe they just fully explode and they don't leave any sort of a carcass, because I'm not seeing any destroyed ones behind. Meanwhile, there were tons and tons of destroyed snail tanks. Or there was supposed to be, considering the sheer amount of them that I put onto the battlefield. Either way, I think we should check out the minimap. At the top left, you can see blue are actually the clone troopers and red are the droids. And once again, quality is sort of winning over quantity, I would argue, as the droids have far less tanks left alive than the clones do. Let's go into normal speed now, just for the roundup of the last bit of this battle. The apex of the battle, the deciding factor, who will win. These homing droids actually are absolutely beastly, boys. They are still staying alive this deep into the battle. Have any of them gone down? I'm not totally sure. They could have some seriously tough armor, I suppose, but they are staying alive while the underling tanks are sort of blowing up left and right for them. UT-AT's now sort of charging forward. The clones getting a little bit more gutsy and wanting to get up close and personal with the droids, trying to get their accuracy up, possibly trying to get the effect of their weapons up. But as they do that, the droid accuracy and effect will also go up simultaneously, so that's always sort of a risk you have to deal with. I don't know how many ATTEs are left alive. Let's check it out. This one's dead. This one's alive. This one's dead. This one's alive, this one's alive, this one's dead. Okay, not a lot of them. The droids certainly did do a number on the clone troopers in the totality of this battle. I mean, they roasted them pretty good. AAT just getting flung by UT-AT at the enemy tank. That's one way of dealing with it. I think one of the homecoming droids, or homing droids? Is it homing droids? Homecoming droids? I can't remember. One of them is dead because they definitely had 5 before and now they're down to 4. UT-ATs probably took care of one of them, I'm guessing. Look at these tanks. They're just like rear-ending each other. It's like bumper cars here. Come on, guys. Get your act together. They're not even like firing at the enemy tanks at this point. Oh my god. Okay, this might be the fall of the clone tanks here. They are in an absolute disaster zone currently. I mean, this is a mess right here. What are you guys doing? Oh, the AI, they always have to ruin good things by just derping it up super, super badly. Oh, this is full derp mode here, guys. This is full-on derp mode. Ugh. Oh, a homing droid actually peppering one of the ATTEs in the distance with its laser cannon at the top. I think this is one of the coolest cannons ever. That thing looks so sick when it fires out. So sick. Still one AAT alive. That's it, though. And then we got these 4 homing droids. Actually, is it 3 now? No, there's still 4. They're not getting fired at all. Wait, let's speed up the battle. Let's see what happens here. I think the droids are gonna win just by the sheer stupidity of the clones. The clones have not fired a shot in forever. They're basically just trying to ram the homing droids. Why are you doing this, clones? Why are you just like throwing in the towel right now? Meanwhile, the tank infantry that's been dislodged from their vehicles are getting shot at by the top cannons of the droids too. That's kind of brutal. Guys, just fire a little bit. What is happening? How could the clones lose this so late in the game? Meanwhile, the clone I don't think the homing droids are powerful enough to actually penetrate the clone tanks. They were able to for the TX-130Ts, but not the UT-ATs. I think the UT-ATs are too heavily armored. So we're basically at this awkward stalemate where the UT-ATs won't fire, and the homing droids are not able to kill these bumper cars. Very, very interesting development. Maybe they're trying to like sweep the legs and tip them over. If they can tip them over, I mean, that's game over, because they'll explode on their own from being tipped over, but it doesn't look like they're having any success. So I think we have to call this a draw. This is a draw here. Even in fast motion, these guys couldn't kill the UTATs, and the UTATs couldn't kill them. So I'm calling it a draw on the massive battle. Now we know UTATs versus homing droids, neither wins. They're both terrible. Let me know if you guys want to see more content like this in the future, fellas. I had a ton of fun making it. I thought it was a blast. And I'd love to do more of it if you guys are interested. Give me recommendations for what kind of stuff you want to see next time, and I'll see you all then. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you haven't already, comment down below what you think. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.